So before we jump into this tutorial, I just kind of want to give you a background of how I even came about this idea. So basically my cousin, she contacted me and she wanted to know about taping extensions. So I pretty much gave her the background on taping, and knowing the type of person she is, I just know she's not the type to have hairstyles, extensions, you know, braids, weaves, whatever it is, in her hair for very long. So I kind of told her that tapings wasn't for her, but she was still looking for something to give her of a different look, to put, I guess, put color in her hair without coloring her own hair. And I told her that her best bet would be to do clip-ins or custom make her own colored clip-ins. So with against my advice, she went ahead and bought the taping extensions, and now she got them and she was stuck with, she doesn't know what to do with them. So here she comes to me for help, and I suggested to her that we kind of make them into taping clip-ins, in a sense where I'm going to, instead of tape the extensions to her hair, I'll tape it to a small section of weft, sew clips onto it. That way she would be able to, you know, remove it at will, because I know she's just not the type to keep it in her hair for very long. But she got them from Amazon, and they're from a company called Enoya Hair. Here's the box right here that it came in, and it says 100% virgin Remy human hair. It's not virgin anymore, it's practically colored. So, and on the back of the box they have, you know, pretty much instructions about how to care for it. And this company was in China. I would leave the description in the description box below. If I do have the link or get the link, I will so put them in there as well. So pretty much, let me show you what they look like. So in the box, I don't know what they look like when she first got them. This is how they look when I got them. So I just put this little tie around here to kind of keep them together. When I got them from her, they were pretty much loose like this. So I'm not sure if there was a lunch lady net around it or whatever. So in this box comes 20 pieces of clip-ins. And it also came with pretty much a thank you note, and that's about it. So if you guys know anything about tape-ins, it pretty much takes 2 tape-ins to make one complete installation. I'm also going to use a hair color from Sparks that she picked up. I haven't really seen too much people on YouTube use it, so I'm going to go ahead and also do that. So this tutorial is kind of like a little bit of an all-in-one. So for instance, if you have clip-ins that you want to, I guess, bump up the volume or the density, I should say, of your clip-ins, this is a good way, a good alternative that you can do to increase the density of the clip-ins that you already own. Or you can add color to your clip-ins without, or highlights, I should say, to your clip-ins without damaging or trying to bleach the clippings that you already have. And if you want to know how to make clip-ins, this tutorial also work for you. And if you're also interested in how the Sparks Passion Purple comes out, then you would also find out from the tutorial. So just, if you're interested in finding out how I accomplish this, just go ahead and keep on watching. So I'll kind of go ahead and I dyed one weft of extension, just to kind of show you guys what the color looks like, just in case that's all you're interested in seeing, is what this color turns out to be. So this is the color that I use. It's from Sparks, and it is the color, is it focusing? Purple Passion. Just in case you can't see it, it's Purple Passion. And this is the turnout. I mean, can you guys see it? It's pretty dark. You know, in natural light it looks almost black, so it's pretty dark. On camera, it's coming out darker than it is in person. I can actually see the hints of purple, if you guys can see that. So after noticing that, I'm gonna go ahead and dilute it a bit with white conditioner, since the color of the tape-ins is more on the fuchsia, magenta, pinkish purple side. If I don't get an exact match, it's not the end of the world. It will just kind of blend into the hair itself and look like low lights. So pretty much I installed one clip, and this is going to be pretty much what the end result is going to look like. If you notice that, like, the darker purple just kind of runs through it like it's a low light. So this is pretty much going to be the end result, and if you guys are really interested in seeing how I actually accomplished it, just keep on watching. Thank you. So before you start cutting and coloring your extensions, you always want to have a plan. So first, get your bundle hair that you're going to use. So you want to unravel your bundle hair and measure out your section. For this, I'm going to make it about a 7.5. And there you go. So you want to get your sections, and this is where your T-pins come in. I'm going to start with your plastic bag. So you want to cover your mannequin head or your dome or your whatever this thing is called, so you don't mess it up. Your styrofoam head. So then you want to go ahead now. And pretty much I like to do it this way because it makes it easier for me. Insert your pins. So you want to put your gloves on. Safety is important in this. And please don't mind the mess if you see any mess. Gloves. Now you want to get your section of hair. Comb through it. Make sure it's nice and detangled. And this one, what you want to do is you want to back comb it because you want to diffuse that line. So you want to go 1, back comb, and 2. And this is what you're going to color. And you want to go ahead and start applying your color. And you want to do vertical strokes just to kind of diffuse that line in even more. And don't be afraid to saturate. And that's your first one. You don't want to ever squeeze the bottom, no. And then I'm going to let it process for 30 minutes. So after the first round of bleaching, this is pretty much the color that I got, that it came out to. And to get that purple pigment that we want, we're gonna need this like pretty much platinum blonde, not this orangey color. Even though I use that blue bleach and purple shampoo and color correcting drops, it still came out into this brassy color. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat the step one more time the same exact way. So after the second round of bleaching, this is pretty much the color that I got. And I don't know if it's showing up well on camera, but this is pretty much a good palette to actually work with. You want to get it as pale blonde as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix up my color, and I'll be back. So I did a swatch test, and these are the purple I got. So this one I just did the conditioner, white conditioner, and the purple. And this one I used a bit of pink and the purple, and they pretty much came out the same. This one is a little bit lighter, but for the most part I'm just going to mix it with conditioner, the white conditioner and the purple, just to get a lighter purple because it came out very dark on its own. So after mixing it, this is pretty much the color that I got. I'm going to go ahead and put this color on. You're going to want to fully saturate every single strand of hair, because nothing would suck more than to complete this and to see patches of blonde hair. So what you're going to do is take 2 fingers and swipe in to further push the color through the entire weft. Pretty much that's it, and I'm just gonna let this sit and process for 20 minutes, and then I will wash it and rinse it, condition it. But since we're doing the tapings, you want to put the conditioner from here down, and then I'll be back to show you what the color result is. After I've washed and deep conditioned, I allowed it to air dry and give it a light flat iron to make it more manageable and easier to work with. Then I'm going to go in between the 2 wefts to separate the hair, because most tracks come double wefted. After which you're going to want to tie away the excess hair out of your way. Then you want to comb through the hair that you're going to work with to remove any remaining tangles that may be in the hair. You want to go ahead and get your first tape in and remove that protective strip. You want to hold the hair taut, get it in position, and press it into the hair. After which you want to go ahead now and remove any excess hair that didn't get into the comb, into the tape, because you want to see that tape underneath, because the 2 tapes need to stick together to secure it. So remove all excess hair that didn't get trapped. Then go ahead and take your second piece, remove the strip, and you want to go tape directly on top of that first one. Press it in, use your fingers, use the back of your comb, just get it on there. You want to comb through, and that completes it, and go ahead and finish the rest, and here is the finished result. Then you want to go ahead now and get your clip-ins ready. I'm using nylon thread, so you want to go ahead and string your needle, and you want to double knot. Always double knot, ladies. Cut off the excess. And for your combs, you want your combs to be facing you. A good way is to open up all your combs and before you begin. Then you want to go ahead and go through the weft and through the hole of the clip, of the first hole of the clip in, and you want to do that a couple of times. After then you want to go around the weft and through the clip-ins and in between each comb of the clip-in until you get to the end and reach the last hole. Then you want to go ahead and repeat that first step of going through the weft and through the hole a few times, and then tying a knot to secure it. Remove any excess thread, and there you have your clip-in. And this is the finished result, guys. Hope you liked it and hope this tutorial was very helpful. So please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And thanks again for watching.